So yeah, this is only slightly less terrifying than I was imagining it would be. I've got the legs feeling like jello, shaky hands, shaky voice, the works. And I know in reality that you are all my friends and you've got drinks in hand and you're just here for a fun night out. But my brain is pulling this really nasty trick on me, and instead, when I'm looking out, I'm seeing something that wants to attack me and cause serious harm if I make any mistakes. And I know that I'm not alone in having this crazy brain reaction to being the focus of attention. And I wanted to talk today about what other stage fright sufferers can do. First, to understand why this happens to us. Second, how you can prevent it from happening. And third, how you can control the damage if it happens anyway. So step one, knowing your enemy, which, as I already alluded to, is our brain, because my brain is interpreting your gazes as me being in imminent danger. And this is triggering the same fight or flight response that you would see across the animal kingdom. Basically, my body right now is revving up and trying to do whatever it can to temporarily boost my strength and my speed. So it accomplishes this by just sending a bunch of hormones, like they're rushing through me right now. And they have a couple missions, the first being to divert as much blood as possible to my muscles, which we'll talk about some of those effects later. And second, it's just trying to kind of raid my biochemical pantry, breaking down fatty acids, doing whatever it can to boost my energy level. And these hormones have a lot of awesome side effects. This slide illustrates kind of the whole rainbow of fun. Bladder relaxation, no joke. I've been feeling like I need to cross my legs this whole talk. But I'll hang in there. So anyway, bladder. But so it feels really hard to control because it is. So the next part of my talk is just thinking of ways where you can take control of contributing factors as much as possible. And everybody's heard practice, and that, it makes sense. If my brain is more confident that I'm not going to screw up, then it's less concerned that I'm going to be viciously attacked. And I also encourage you to combine your practice with a little bit of desensitization, where you first start just talking to yourself, and then I presented this to my dogs. That was my next step. They loved it. And then just progressively larger audiences. You can also obviously take control of what you put into your body. So the day of your speech, just lay off the sugar and the caffeine, both of which were really hard for me. I've got a bag of Starburst waiting for me when I get off stage. And then obviously you can also take control over what you're wearing. And not only wearing things that make you look good, but also that you're really comfortable in. Nothing constricting. This, in retrospect, was overly warm. And not white, because that contrasts with red, with the red face. In terms of keeping your cool, I think that Jennifer Lawrence's faceplant at the Oscars is a perfect illustration of how you can just pull off fails with grace. Amazing grace. She has a superpower. And one thing that I've been doing throughout this talk to help is making eye contact with my husband and other friendly faces in the audience to just kind of anchor myself and remind my brain that I'm not actually in a bad spot right now. This slide is definitely a reference to Happy Gilmore, if anybody else is a fan. And it's just doing whatever you can to give your brain that mental break it needs to collect itself. And I think most important is to not apologize for what's happening, because most of us have this problem, and if you make a big deal about it, then it just overshadows what you're there to say and do. So to tie it all up, stage fright sucks, clearly. You can try to tame the beast, though, by taking control of whatever you can that contributes to it, and just generally remembering that, even if it strikes and your face is bright red, you just carry on and, Jennifer Lawrence that shit. Thank you very much for your attention. And that's right.